society we live in is plagued with an anomaly called abuse. Abuse is any form of violent, cruel, improper, or misuse of a person or someone or something. You're welcome to the maiden edition of the program Overcoming Abuse. Overcoming Abuse is a 30-minute magazine program where we shall be discussing about various forms of abuse, ranging from physical, verbal, emotional, mental, child, drug, and other forms of abuse. And on this program, our victims will be sharing with you their real life experience. And we also have guests in the house that will provide solutions to the victims and the way they can also help the perpetrators. My name is Oluwa Mayamiwa. I'm so glad to have you on the program. And this program promises to be educative and entertaining. Our guest is right here in the studio. We'll be right back shortly. Please don't go anywhere. Good to have you on the program. The program is still Overcoming Abuse. If you're just joining us, my name is Oluwa Mayamiwa. And our guest, as I told you earlier, is right here on set with us. Our guest is Mrs. Omobola Thompson. Works with APIN Public Health as a gender lead prevention and community lead for your region. She also runs a ministry, Tabitha Care Missions. She focuses on care, support, and empowerment for women and young people. She speaks at workshops, retreats, seminars, and writes books. Bola is married and blessed with adult biological children and many adopted ones. I'm so glad to have you on the program today.
I'm happy to be with you too.
Honestly, Ma, I admire you a lot.
Thank you.
Seriously, I'm not flattering you. I admire you a lot, and I thank God for the grace of God upon you.
Thank you so much.
You look dazzling and young at every now and then. You're always looking sweet and beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are excited to have you on the program today.
Thank
you so much, Ma. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, Ma. So, straight to the questions, Ma. To the question, what motivated or inspired you to follow this career path or to engage yourself with this vocation?
Okay. Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
And this is what I love doing. It's my passion. And I'm so glad that we are doing this together today. What inspired me, well, the first thing that inspired me is the love for humanity. The love for humanity in my mind, and also my passion to make sure to see that every human being that I come across in life, they are happy, they live well, their total well-being and their happiness matters to me. And as long as I have passion, I have strength, and what to do to make that happiness, either to boost it or to sustain it, I want to see people around me happy. So that's what motivates me to go into counseling. I'm a counseling psychologist by profession. Like you've rightly said, I speak at retreats and meetings. I preach. I'm a preacher, and I love meeting people, and I have passion for women and young people. I am passionately, biased, for women and young people. So I don't want to see them suffering. I don't want to see young people, going through hardship that we know we can do something to alleviate. So that's the first motivation for me to go into this passion that I follow.
Okay, thank you so much, Ma. So from your experience in handling abuse issues, which gender is more on the receiving end?
Yeah, thank you so much. Most of the time people accuse us of, being biased against men, that we focus on women. And I always say this is not true. People that know me very well, we know that I am not a biased person. The way I will treat a nature, that's the way I will treat a nature. And if I see any woman abusing a man, I will stand up for that man. But what I notice is that, and which in fact, there are studies and the data that backs this up, that women are the most abused. Female gender, they are the ones that are mostly hit when we talk about gender-based violence, domestic abuse, all form of abuse. We see the figure tending to the side of women. So women are more, hit by issue of abuse than men.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Right. So what are the gender-based forms of abuse we have?
Well, thank you so much. The one that is common that people talk about most of the time is rape or sexual assault. When someone have carnal knowledge of another person without their consent, that is the one we see most of the time, and that's the one people talk about. But there are different forms of abuse. And physical abuse is also the one that you can see. Most of the time when someone says, I'm going through domestic or gender-based abuse, they will say, but you are not looking like it. We can't see any sign. There's no bruises on your body, no wound, no nothing. So the physical abuse is there, whereby the person that has control, that is in control of resources, that is in control of, has power over the other one, abuses that other person physically by beating, by using objects to hit them, by depriving them of certain things. Those ones come under physical abuse. But the one that I call deadly killer is emotional and psychological abuse. Emotional and psychological abuse, out of the three major forms of abuse, sexual, physical, and emotional or psychological. Emotional and psychological goes hand in hand. I can say that emotional and psychological are the worst kind of abuse. Just like the other ones. But this one, you won't see it. No evidence. When a person is raped, you say, okay, this is penetration, these are bruises and everything. When a person is, beaten, you see
the marks on the body.
See the marks. But when it comes to emotional and psychological abuse, no sign, no mark, no nothing. You just see the person dying. And most of the time, you see people taking their own lives, committing suicide, just because of what they are going through, and they cannot discuss with other people. There are some category of people that are going through emotional and psychological abuse that cannot even discuss. When you see a pastor's wife, when you see a socialite, someone that people will think, oh, this one have it all, they are enjoying life and everything. Celebrities, when they are going through abuse, you will not know. They won't be able to say, so they bottle it up and keep bottling up, and some will resort into using substance, like using drugs, using, just
going to another abuse.
So psychological abuse is another terrible form of abuse, and this one has, sub abuses under them. Deprivation of rights, deniers. I have met people that have been married for 4 or 5 years and their partners has never touched them for once sexually. And this person is going through hell. But who are they going to tell their stories? So, but they are not common kind of abuse. So you wonder, what is wrong with this person? Why is this person always on the edge? Why is this person always, irritated by little things? So there are a lot of, under, sub-headings under psychological abuse. Rape is rape, physical abuse is physical abuse, beat you see sign. But under psychological abuse, there are so many things. You denial for money, economic empowerment. Some will deny them even access to their family members. They will deny their children having access to parents. All those things are form of abuse that many people are going through, and they don't even know that they are going through abuses. Wow. They will just know that they are not normal. They will just know that they are misbehaving. So, but they are going through a lot that deprive them of joy on daily basis. So each time they think of, I cannot have this, I cannot, express myself. Who will I tell my story to? They are perpetually sad, unhappy, and it's not good for us. It's not good for all of us.
It's not good for anybody.
It's not good for anybody. When we talk of abuse, and we people think that we are talking about the person, the victims or survivor now. It is about all of us. That person that is being denied, that is bottling up emotion, if by peradventure someone cross their path one day, they can do anything. Exactly. So abuse is terrible, and it's something that we should do everything possible to curb or stop.
We're still on abuse, and Mrs. Bola Thompson is still on set with us, and we'll wrap back shortly. Please don't go anywhere.
I think abuse is a very, very bad behavior. It's barbaric and it shouldn't be condoned in our society. Be it child abuse, domestic violence, rape, and all. I think it shouldn't be condoned in our society.
Rape isn't good. It's not something that is good. Why should you rape somebody? Why can't you just approach the person if you like the person? For instance, tell the person, hello, I like you. And whatever reaction you get from there, if it's positive, if it's not in your own favor, just would you should you rape somebody? It's not just rape.
Good to have you back on the program. The program is Overcoming Abuse, and we still have Mrs. Thompson on set. So thank you so much for I'm really, really encouraged, and I guess my viewers too have been really educated and informed. So what are the signs to watch out for to identify a potential abuser?
Okay. When it comes to identifying a potential abuser, let's start with intimate partners. Intimate partners, I believe that if you are in a relationship, there should be mutual respect. There should be mutual respect. It's not one person respecting one and the other person looking down on the other. So in a situation where one person is the only one that's constantly given respect and the other person continue to look down and treat the other person anyhow, there's potential, that person is a potential abuser. And one day soon it's going to happen. Because if you've been talking to your significant others, whether they are just couple or they are just dating, they are going out together or they are married, and each time the person speaks to rubbish, the person, the dressing is not good, they don't know how to do anything. One day it will come to physical. So you will see potential abusers not respecting your view. They won't respect your view, they won't respect your person. So, because if you see, for someone to go and violate another person, means that you feel that this person is useless. That is the way I see it. So, an abuser will not respect you, they will not respect your view, they will deny you access to what on a normal day you should have rights to have. You will see abusers in a relationship, they will say, okay, we have an account, a joint account now. One person will be in charge, I'm in charge. So when you want to get money, you have to go and be begging. And it's a joint account. Maybe you want to do things together that you need to contribute, put opinions and ideas. When you raise your voice, say, oh, no, your opinion doesn't count. When you need to make a decision, a long life decision, and the other person feels that, oh, no, I can take it alone for this person. You will see that something is happening there. And that is where it starts. Verbal abuse, when it comes to emotional abuse now, verbal abuse is a sign. Not responding, as one expects to respond. Sometimes you will speak and you expect the other person to give explanation. They will not give explanation, they will just ignore you. Who is this person? And they will go ahead and do whatever they want to do. Whether you care for it or not, there is a potential. Something is going. And for sexual, you will see that sexual harassment and assault start from touching you provocatively. Someone that shouldn't touch you, they have no access to touch you. Even your partners, when they want to touch you, they don't just touch you anyhow. So you see people touching people anyhow, and probably they want to touch their sex organs. They want to touch areas where those ones, So touching without consent, talking down on people, not respecting their opinion, denying them access to what they should have access to, not even validating. These are signs that this person, sometimes someone may be too nice to you, it may be a sign of an abuse. When
Can you please expand on that, ma'am?
Abusers is like you want to catch something, you want to catch a prey, you are setting a trap. So they will do everything possible to be very nice
Just to get your attention.
And at your maybe unguided moments,
We just try.
That's why we see women being raped in the offices, raped, because they thought this person can never do this. So they will be very nice. You will not even suspect. You just see something happening, and that's the same thing with students. Lecturer, students, clergy, again they are congregants, things like that. So some people use sweetness to abuse other people.
Wow.
Because before you know it, something is happening, and it will be too sharp that the victim will not be able to resist, or even if she resists, maybe it's too late, and they cannot be able to do anything about it. So there are so many signs, and one cap does not fit all, because at least even abusers themselves, it's like they are learning a trade. They want to know that, okay, this one is common, people know about it, let me use another one. There are so many signs that you will see. Young people that are cutting, and you are cutting and your boyfriend is already slapping you. Your boyfriend is saying,
you're not married.
You are not married, you are just dating. You are just friends. Don't talk. Wait, when I'm talking, don't talk.
I don't want to see you with...
I don't want to see you with this. The moment you start dating, he got rid of all your friends. He doesn't want to see you with friends, does not want to, you must not go here, you must not wear this, you must not do that. Something is coming. That's enough warning, enough signal that something bad is about to happen. But you will see some people, they will say, I will correct him, I will change him. So it's the same way, it's the same with females. You see boys dating a girl, maybe his salary is just 50,000 and he gets demanding for something of 100,000, and she's insisting, if you don't give it to me, this and that, threatening him, and you say, oh,
I won't end the relationship.
I will end the relationship. So you say, let me just, I love her, let's just pack it. You will continue to pack it forever because she's giving you signs.
So, but people occasionally see the signs, and we see the red flags, but people kind of like, how can people control how do you notice the red flags?
Yeah.
Or to avoid the red flags.
Some of us are standing and speaking because probably we have seen some experiences, or probably we've been a victim at a time or the other, and we don't want other people to get into such trap. I used to say something, I even said it this morning. I said people don't learn from other people's experience. I'm sure you might have seen cases of someone whose mother, went through some things in life, and you expect the daughter or the son to be better. They will repeat worse things. People don't learn, people don't read, people don't listen. I'm sorry to say it looked derogatory, but it is true. People don't read. We always believe that it can never happen to me.
Exactly.
It can never happen to me.
It can never be my portion.
It can never be my portion. That is why we see these cases, multiplying on daily basis. Because people will see trap and they will enter into it. You will see all sorts of noise going on. I don't want to mention anybody. You are dating a guy impregnates first woman, impregnates another woman, impregnates another woman. And you are thinking you have magic word to keep him under your lap. Does it work that way? So there are so many things that is happening that we don't learn from. And it is all of us. We believe that we have special way of handling things. That it will never happen to me. Until it now happens and you now say,
and it will be too late.
Too late. So it's better to use other people's, experiences to learn, to chart your own path, to better not all the time, but when you see bad things happening to people, don't go ahead and do it. Ask questions. Some people will say, if you want to learn, and don't ask questions from anybody. People that have challenges, people that have it smooth, people that ask them questions, ask them, what are your experiences in life? Learn from it. That is what makes life better. But we see that people don't learn. You see young guys, young ladies. I have asked a lady to go and collect a car key from a boyfriend before. Wow. She was dating. She collected loans from her office. She bought a car, and the boy collects that key from her. And she was jumping Keke Marua around.
And she was not bothered.
Because she want to love. It's love. Not knowing that the boy was just using her. So she came to me crying and she was saying, I said, please, first of all, before we talk, go and collect that key. Collect the key. Because the guy was just using her like robots. Do this, she'll do that, she'll do. I said that it will continue like this forever. You cannot change it. This guy is not ready to work. He's not ready to do anything. And you are working, you are giving him your salary, you are working, you bought car, your parents that struggle to send you to school, you have not even done anything for them. This is how it will continue. So most of the time people think that
I can do it.
I can handle it. I can handle it. Let me tell you one secret is that people don't change unless they are ready to change. Nobody can change anybody. No human being has that power to change any human being. Anybody can come out and prove me wrong. You cannot change anybody. We can pretend. You know, if that love is flashing in our head and you can pretend so that the other person will do whatever you want. The moment, you know,
you get what you want and you're married and
you will see the real person. Nobody, no human being can change another human being unless God is ready to change that person and unless that person is ready to change. You can say, I will change him. Who are you to change him? Does the boy that the parents have nursed for 25, 30 years before you met, you that came from nowhere, you want to change him? The girl they've raised for 25 years, you just came from somewhere and you say you will change her overnight. It doesn't work that way. It does not work that way. It's only God that can change people.
Thank you so much, ma. I've been really, educated and informed, so far. And I guess you, our viewers too, have been really informed. And the program is Overcoming Abuse, and we still have in the house Mrs. Thompson. So, ma, the last question: what are the actions a victim of an abuse can take to protect themselves?
Thank you. One thing that gives abusers strength is when they see that they are victims. In quote, I don't like to use the word victim because once someone recognizes that they are going through abuse and they are able to speak out, they are already survivors. So, what gives them power is when you keep quiet. You keep quiet. You tolerate nonsense that they are dosing on you. You just continue to keep quiet. They will continue to, get power,
empowered
to abuse you
and dominate and control,
and waste your life. Because what the purpose, and what pains me is that most abusers don't even know what they are doing. It gets late for some of them to realize what they are doing, because by the time they will realize, they might have destroyed many lives, and it will be too late. So one thing that the victims need to do is to speak out. The first thing they need to do is to speak out. And in speaking out, they should know who to speak to. They must speak to the right people, speak to experts. If they have family, let their family know what they are going through and see if their family can help them. If they notice that their families cannot help them, they should look for experts and speak to experts. Because some families will say, how would they care? Don't let them know that you moved out or become. So because of that, they will remain there. And we've seen that many people have been killed. Many people have been killed. Most of the person died after sudden illness. The person died they are as a result of abuse that was not reported. And because nobody was there, they will just cover it up. So the first thing for them is to speak out, seek help. If it is physical violence, they should move away from the abuser. Moving away,
separation.
Moving away, there are safe houses. There are places they can stay for a while. When they stay there, the authorized person will contact the abuser. They will warn the abuser. After warning and they don't see any changes, then they can take legal action against the person. But the first thing for them is to remove that person from, the abusers, so that it will not continue. And the person should not return unless something is done to the situation. Because if you move and you come, the person will say, hey, you have done your worst, you have done your back because there is no better place to go. So when you move out to a safe place, and they call the person to order, then the victim can, after they might have settled and they have agreed on terms of their staying together, can come back. But if the perpetrator continues to abuse the person, my advice is for the person to stay where, and the experts now we arrange safety plan for the victim. What do you think is best for you? Where do you want to stay? Who can accommodate you? What do you have financial standing to stay alone? Things like that. So they need to. So the first thing to speak out. Second thing is to seek help, to seek a safe place. You need to be safe to be alive. If you are not safe, you can't be alive.
Safe to be alive. I
You know,
love that.
you want to continue to endure abuse. Who knows? Anything can happen, and death
can
will just
happen.
come. At least few cases.
And there's no
we have
second
seen-
life.
No second life. Few cases we've seen, even in this city of Ibadan, many cases that I keep repeating that they should go to experts. They should not go to anybody. Because you will see manner of counsel, go back. When you get to hug yourself, you are just hugging yourself. The mind is not hugging anybody. And before you know it, they will start all over again. We've been right in this city, we all heard about the case where the couple fought in the evening, where the man ran out. Neighbors gathered together, they said, okay, go back home, it's not good to sleep out. He went home. He did not live to say the second day because the lady got angry when they and stabbed him to death. So these are some of the things we always speak against. Don't put people together that are not willing to stay together. If one of them is not willing to stay together, let them separate for a while. Let the person move out for a while, and when the coast is clear, they can come back. But in the situation where you see anybody just giving advice, many people have killed their own children. They've killed, how do we hear that you leave your husband, how you are living? They've killed her because they've sent her back. With cases in Lagos where they send the daughter back and she did not return alive. So speak out, get a safe place and leave. Then after that we can discuss the rest.
Speak out, get a safe place. That is our advice from Mrs. Bola Thompson. The program is Overcoming Abuse, and I hope you've been educated so far. We would love to have you on the show again because I've been really educated. I've really been informed. Until we come your way same time on this program, my name is Olua Mayamiwa, and remember, nobody can make you inferior without your consent. Bye now.